Jose Young's here, the MMA Fighting, speaking to Gabriel Benitez ahead of his fight against Sadiq Yusuf, UFC 241 on Saturday. Now, we're here in Anaheim now. Before we get to the fights, you're carrying on a Switch, the Nintendo Switch, if I'm correct. Do you carry that everywhere with you during fight week?
Actually, yes. It's not. I try to keep my mind like in something, and this is my. This is all for me. Yeah, this is my skip. Yeah.
What games are you playing right now?
I have a lot. I have a lot.
So I don't play a lot of video games myself, so this is a whole new world to me right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I have a lot, like a bunch of games here, like a lot, and I bring my laptop too, and because I'm a gamer, and I love video games.
Do you stream? Are you one of those streaming gamers?
Sometimes, I'm not good enough, but I try it. Yeah.
Do you watch the streams though?
Not exactly.
Sure.
But I'm streaming sometimes, and it's like, just something that people see just how they kill me.
Now, getting to your fight, we haven't seen you for a while. You've had a little bit of a layoff. Has that layoff been beneficial at all? Like, you get to regroup, focus on yourself, get healthy. What have you been doing since the last time we saw you?
Since my last fight, I get injured, and I can fight like for 10 months, 11 months, almost a year. But I stay focusing my weakness, and I train a lot. I don't stop to train. I keep learning, and that's that thing that I focus more.
Are you still at AKA?
Yeah, I'm still in AKA.
So you got a teammate fighting in the main event. You have another teammate, Habib, fighting the next month. What's the vibe in the gym like right now, where you have two champions training together at the same time? It's got to be beneficial for you at times.
Yeah, well, we have before it was Cain, Velasquez, and Luke Rockhold, and we have a lot of like talent there. Even if it's not a UFC fighter, but we have a lot of good training partners. It's amazing, that place.
Now, we hear a lot of things about Daniel Cormier and Habib and Cain, how they're great teammates, they'll pull you aside and help you out. But when they're in camp at the same time as you, do they do the same thing? Like, they'll see you do something, or are they so focused on themselves? But I'm sure you would understand if they're fighting for these titles.
Yes, well, actually, when this is runs the wrestling class, when he run it, it's like, it's really hard for all the fighters, because his mind is always focused in his fight, and he trained like he's fighting, and they push ourselves like a lot, and that's helpful too,
Now, you are fighting Sadiq Yusuf, who comes from the Contender Series, and I was looking at his record. I believe you were around 18-5, 19-5 when he debuted as a professional. So, were you aware of him before you got offered this fight? And do you know anything? Did you know anything about him before you got offered?
No, I don't. Well, I don't. I see just a couple fights for him, and I see he's like very aggressive and explosive guy, and he's dangerous. He has really good stand up and a decent wrestling. And this fight is gonna turn like awesome fight, for the people who watch. And I try to do the people want to see, and the people wants to pay, like they pay for show, And I want to do my best work that night.
So, is the win or the performance more important to you?
For me, the win is I don't care the performance. It doesn't matter how is my performance. The thing that I need to focus more is the win, because if you win a fight, you stay close to the title,
And he is part of this group of Nigerian fighters coming up, but you, a Mexican fighter. They're having a big fight card in Mexico City. They're building a PI down in Mexico City. I don't know if you were aware of that. How excited are you? Like, it seems to me like I'm Mexican-American. After Cain lost and now Henry's another guy coming up, they need a Mexican star, it seems like. Is that something you would like to fill or kind of push in for this market in Mexico?
Well, they offer me fighting in Mexico, but I prefer fighting here in LA. Yes. Why? Because it's 1 month before, and I can eat, and I can enjoy the fight like in next month. But if I'm healthy after this fight, I want to fight in Mexico too, I want to fight at the quickest possible. And I'm from Tijuana.
Yes.
Yeah. All my family and my friends, they can come to see my fight. And it's better to go to Mexico and spend on the plane and, the hotel. Here's just 1 hour and a half driving.
Is fighting in Mexico City, though, here in the United States, we hear a lot of the altitude is like your face says it all right there.
Yes, I fight like almost 3 or 4 times in Mexico, and it's hard. It's really hard to breathe. In the second round, it's like you can breathe. It's like how many feet? Like 13.
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. 12, 13. I don't know. It's a lot, and it's hard. The altitude is really hard.
So do you think it's smart, given the high altitude, that now that they are building a PI down there, like training in that high altitude's got to be massively beneficial for fighters? Like they can go down there, train high altitude, and then take a fight, like obviously lower.
Yes, but you know what? I don't know. I don't remember if the PI is in right in in Mexico City, just in the city, or in one part is like super higher is Toluca. You know, Toluca is higher than Mexico City. That's the worst place to train. I run that trails there, and it's like 20 minutes and like you can breathe. It's really hard.
So if you did fight in Mexico City, how would you just go out there to like climatize right away?
For sure. Yeah, I prefer like training Toluca. It's higher the altitude than Mexico City. But you need to stay in Mexico because the whole smoke and everything. Like you need to feel good.
And then one final one for me. Say you can't get on that Mexico City card for whatever reason. How active are you trying to be for the rest of the year, given your long layoff?
Well, I wanna fight like right as possible that I can. Right. The only thing is like I don't want to feel injured before my next fight. But if I can fight like the next month, if I feel good, I don't have anything, I feel good. I want to fight in Mexico too.
Well, thank you so much and good luck on Saturday. I appreciate you, sir.